Good time zones, everyone, and welcome to Monday. And clearly it's going to be that sort of a week if OBS has decided to start the stream going, you know that audio device that you always use, and that was plugged in before you even started streaming? It doesn't exist. And it's like, gee, thanks OBS. I just don't know what I would do without you. Either way, greetings go out to Frauke and Redstone Ore and Raven and Kel and TGM and Shadow and Elkhorn and Hunter and Cyber and goodness. Yes, so many things out there. So many things out there. So many people out there. Oh boy. Apparently the other thing that is completely disconnected from reality today is my brain. So, yes. You need to do the 30 update. I did the 30 update last week with about 30 minutes before stream, and it worked fine for a week. It's like, yeah! Fantastic. Cat is being a butt. So, basically, cat. Don't have a brain. Only whenever all the squirrels escape. And my brain is regularly disconnected from reality. We find me currently hanging out with things. Hello, things. And stuff. Stuffy. Stuff. I don't know why stuff... hello, Stuffy. Stuffy just wanted to show off his ass. I don't know. I am so far beyond unprepared that it's almost an average day. This time I'm unprepared because I'm still emptying the 3 shulkers of random. Bet those squirrels are hoarding all the brain cells. Maybe they'll spread out in spring. I can vaguely hope. I mean, it's a nice thought. Well, that was an interesting bit of lag. I don't remember ordering lag for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. No, that's a totally different conversation. Hey. One brain cell shared between Scott's Raven and myself, and apparently several other people, as we encountered yesterday. Suffered yesterday, and so did you. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Lag is fun. Particularly when you're attempting not to die in a Minecraft bingo event. Streaming version of Coal in the Stocking. Yeah. I don't want the brain cell. I'm sending it back for Christmas. Only when I attempt to... No. I'm not losing my teeth. Well, I've had a couple of root canals. So, maybe I am losing my teeth. I was also about to say something entirely inappropriate and managed to catch myself. So, I'm quite happy there. That makes a change. Right. Let's see. That can go back into the shulker of... Oh dear goodness. Right. Have I now got an empty-ish? Coward, speak my thoughts. No. Not in the slightest, because I know that what I was about to say would be taken so far out of context that you would need GPS to locate where the heck it had gone. and possibly even the Hubble Space Telescope. Telescope. No! I give up. I give up. Yes, the bingo event was absolutely hilarious and great fun yesterday, and thank you to Hunter for arranging it. For those who have no clue what's going on, I highly recommend checking my announcements in Discord, going back up to either Hunter or Elkhorn's streams, and watching last night's Insanity. Telecoat? Where did Telecoat come in? What did I say? When did I say Telecoat? I'm last. I'm last. Excellent. We are now officially picking on Hunter. I have had no booze. There is no booze. There is not even Kraken. So I guess that means probably more. Where did those cats sit? Ain't easy. Yep, well. Right, so I need half a stack less than 9. Of course it is. 9. Nino. I have no idea where that pun comes from, and I'm going to steal it repeatedly, I'm sure. Right. Crack. No. So much no. And all of the no. It's Monday. I have back-to-back meetings for pretty much every day of the week. Therefore, I am going to definitely be in dire need of Friday soon. How that wasn't a splat, it's anyone's guess. You have a 4-day week. Yeah. I'm envious. I am so very envious. I need to spend more time turning this into an actual set of upside down corridors. And another one next week? God. Right. We will wonder just how many seconds that rocket was for, considering it should only have been a 1. I see kindling. Hello, sir. Oh, I've bought from this kindling. Wow. Yes. I just took a week and a half off due to the fact that I was in dire need of solving my large amount of spare holiday that hadn't been used up. So, I know that feeling. And my annual leave runs January to December, so similarly. Your internet is too German right now. Well, I don't understand the German statement, but... Whoops. Right. However, since I... Blah, 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 blah. Right. Let's have a think. Bring in the camera count. So, we now have something that approximates the Western Gateway. And, this is a good thing. Also, going solely to the camera count for a minute. Please ignore any and all noises in the background. So, we have something approximating a Western Gateway. We now need to... Look, I have no idea what those clicks are. They are absolutely innocent, honest. Two and a half day work. Now. Language, children. Particularly since I've been called up on it before. Whoops. You didn't hear that at all. Right. Oh my, the kindling has mysteriously vanished. Trader, what were they trade exactly? I was just making sure that the area was properly lit up for this chicken. That the trader has vanished and just left behind yet more llama. I'm actually tempted to recruit those llama because I wanted a couple the other day. Hold on. Excuse me. Hello. Hi. Oh, yeah, llama train. If you'd like to follow me, please. And if I do that, that'll keep them out of... yes, there may have been a push. I actually have a push. Okay. I'm going to attempt to focus. I know it's rare. Focus. Happy to enough lead. Well, yeah. Heck, nabbit. What? You got in here? Okay. So we have a... Look, I'm going to try and get this back on track. There is a track. There is a track. There are tracks. I promise there are tracks. But there are no minecarts. The minecarts may have gone off the rails. See paths but not tracks. Look. I'm trying. I know, very trying. Do the tracks have a demonic spider train on them? No. Notice that train didn't actually require tracks. So, that train just went where it pleased. Choo choo. Over the weekend. Dang it! I will. This is getting as bad as one of Ginger Lily's. Ginger the Lilies. Focus. Look, I will build something today. I will build something today. There we are. I've built a 2x2 wall. Yes. 2x2 wall has been built. I've built something. I have started on laying out scope creep, which also encountered multiple creepers coming out of this pit. So this will need to be sealed off, quarantined, and generally dealt with. Thankfully, there were no deaths, except for the creepers. But what this does bring into scope for scope creep is this entire area. Say hello to future problem number 7694. That might just be the number of blocks it takes just to get here. Also, I really approve of the fantastic foundation work that they have on this castle. I mean, it's not a castle, it's a village church, but they've got some absolutely chef's kiss, amazing foundation work here. to the point at which it leads all the way down here. There it is. There's even a footpath down here. It's like there's like 100 and odd blocks between the two sections of this path. Okay. I mean, it's almost as good as this entirely floating path. And I do believe this iron golem in the sky. Iron golem in the sky. Iron golem in the moonlit sky. And that's as much as I can figure out how to murder of this song. Okay. Come on. Right, let's get somewhat close to focus. Minecraft for physics and world gen. Never the two shall meet, I believe is the appropriate description. Until you do a block update, and then large portions of anything that is supposed to have gravity will suddenly go, oh, gravity, yes, I'm not supposed to be up here, and go splat. Yeah, this hole needs filling. Particularly since if I hit this button and allow you to see what's going on, apparently this entire hill is currently... I get the impression that the dwarves have been here. There's some lovely pillars, some fantastic support work. They just kind of forgot to move in after they dug out this city-sized hole. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you can't trust the dwarves. It does look like dwarves' handiwork. Yeah, exactly. Hello, hill. Have I ended up in the Twilight Forest? No. So, this will need to be filled. Don't worry, I won't be doing that on stream. I'm not even sure when I'll be doing it, but, yeah. And this, theoretically, is the... northern? Where am I facing? North. Yes, this is the northernmost point of this section of the area. Now that we've abandoned all hope of putting a raid farm into this section, however, I need to figure out what to build down here and how much of it there will be. Secret passage out of Gordonstein that uses that cave. If I'm going to do... I mean, for context, there are large numbers of secret passages running through this hillside anyway. We have this gateway, which has this very incomplete set of stairs that leads to the upper area of Castle Gordonstein. And should you be really privileged to actually be coming in through the main entrance of the upper area of Castle Gordonstein, honest to God, it goes down through here, past the ornamental what the heck of all of that, and out through this tunnel that has interesting problems with height levels that need to be resolved, but also leads conveniently down close to the soon-to-be properly rearranged nether portal, and then out into the world. It is also completely ignoring this. We have a scope creeper, and it is absolutely ignoring the other half of the hollow hill. This one makes the Twilight Forest look like it was having a day off. I mean, really. There's not even that much landscape between... Oh, that's a tower. Why do I build nether portals like they fell on the side? Because the idea is they're supposed to be large circles, a la Stargate-esque style. I have one that is perfect, total circle, and that is currently held in Lagville. The others are buried partially in the ground. So it's not so much that they've fallen on their side as partially ended up underground. Hello. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you. I can see. Ow. Wondered how long it would take for one of them to get a shot off. Hello. Running past the Gordonite. I'm going to have to go on a... Yep, you can see me. I'm going to have to go on a Gordonite neutering spree at some point. And to go with the I need to neuter all of my Gordonite, we also still have the need for a bunny farm. There's a few of them in here. Many, many bunnies. So, yes, I still need to neuter all the Gordonite. Right. Let's see. We have a gateway here. So let's get the beginnings of a path. Hey, what do you know? I'm actually starting to focus on what we're trying to do. It's a miracle! Chicken! Let's see. I have a list of things that I was pondering for this area. So, let's see. Entrance ramp. So, this originally was going to be a prison area. I think we might not be going with prison area anymore. I don't know, we might still consider. Actually, no, prison area still fits. I should probably have, let's see. Where's a notebook? AKA a pile of, signs. There we are, pile of signs. So let's think in 2D for the moment. Yeah. Okay, so a hey listen cage, partially because I've forgotten the word allay. Now I can remember the word allay. Like that. I can't remember a word until I've actually remembered the word. So, an allay cage and an iron golem prison. Why is it dark already? I only just slept. Barely been able to wander off mentally since the start of the conversation. Let's see. So, I need an allay cage and an iron golem prison. Since we're not going to have to worry about the raid farm... Hey, Landstrad. Am I going to get a lay for all those cages? There are allays that need to be rescued at one of the two... We have two actual pillager outposts within range of this area. There's one over here somewhere. Where is it? Look, I know it's here. I just need the world to load. There it is. And that's not the one. Typical. Meanwhile, if I go to a different place... Go to your happy place, Scots. Go to your happy place. Think of the squirrels and all of the madness. No, yes. We have some poor, unfortunate souls in need of rescuing and rehoming into a larger cage. Once we have those two, then we just need to get a large amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? Amethyst crystals, which we just give them while they're dancing. So here is there a really massive long set of tunnels down here. Yes, there is. That's a shame. So in a lay cage, we can fill quite rapidly just by giving them large amounts of Navi and Tattle. Crystals. I will manage to focus. So, a villager camp, and a farm site. Let's see. Stables of some form. Have a good drive home, Hunter. Let's say llama stables. And okay. A llama stables and a storehouse. So that gives us 6 items to fit in down here, which normally I would say is not many. However, allowing for the fact that A, we've got a farm site, and B, which is probably going to be multiple buildings, and B, this is me, therefore all buildings will be at least 4,000 times larger than anyone would ever expect them to be. I think we can safely say this is going to take up a large portion of this area. What we can do is remove these original markings for where the raid farm extent was, because it wasn't. Apparently my science was incomplete. For science! Okay. Oh, no, still haven't found all of them. There are an awful lot of chickens around here. I haven't even had that many eggs of indecision yet. I don't know why we have so many chickens. I haven't actually been that incapable of working out what I'm doing yet. So, let's see. Close to the top of the hill. I mean, we've got. Let's see. So the intention is to have Feathered Fiend invasion. Ah, I see. They're yours, are they, Kel? Should have known. So, this is going to be another large gateway. And will probably drive me absolutely insane trying to work out how to build it. Is it at least... I'm going to use the word square. Yes, it is. Okay. So, from that corner to that corner is a straight line. Fantastic. I actually have an opportunity to make that work. Let's see. We bring this path up here. We probably flatten off this corner a little. I feel like, let's see, what did I say? I needed llama stables and storehouse. I feel like let's see. Do we want a straight shot out of here and over to that gateway? Yes, I've encountered the parrots. There are reasons why you will not be allowed to recruit a parrot to work with the Gordons. Let's see. What I am thinking... Yes, absolutely. I have every intention of putting a building here. Which is probably going to be... Ow. A mistake. So let's have a think about it. If we make this, for example... Have I still got my notes? We could make this the kitchens. And if we've got the kitchens here, then it makes sense to have the storerooms be almost directly in line with them. Let's start thinking about this. But further downhill. So if we do this... not make it too... Hold on. Let's start thinking in appropriate numbers, because I've done this before where I start building something and then discover promptly that none of the wall lengths make any sense at all. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, let's have that one be 6. 2, 4, 5. Let's make these all 6, just to really annoy people. Actually, let's really mess with people's heads. 6, 3, 1, 2, 6, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something tells me I need to move this away from the wall a bit. By going 6, 3, 6, 3... Sorry. Yeah, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. We effectively have the opportunity for 3 major bays of structure. Is that 3? Yes. And so we can have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Does that fit if we still... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Yes, we can just about fit that without having... Well, I mean, I might end up doing quite a bit of landscaping work here anyway. Nothing new there. After all, I am apparently well known for the large amounts of ridiculous landscaping that I do. I don't think it's ridiculous. I just think I do landscaping. So if we do that and make this I might have just made that square. Not quite, but close. to make that one taller. Right. Does that feel better? Yes, it does. It's amazing what one extra level in height does. Now, the interesting thing is that's almost, but not quite, at a useful level. Yeah. Right, hold on. That's what, 2 blocks lower than this? Uh, 114, 116. Do I just make this 2 blocks taller? No, don't have to, because then we have a floor. Or rather, a ceiling and then a floor. So that's our floor level. For upper level. I don't know why I just got a totem out. So if we have that as floor level, that then lines up with... Interesting. Ooh, really? I don't believe it. I do not believe... Yep, it is. Yeah. The universe is currently operating as per required standards. We have an off-by-1 error. Yeah, I'm really going to have to get that emote, aren't I? That's not fair. Why does the universe like to mess with my head? Right, out of curiosity, how big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fantastic. It's at least a sensible enough shape. Okay. At least set up an OBO command. Look, if we start counting the OBOs, we're in trouble. The OBOs are not allowed to be counted. They are uncountable. Yeah. Good luck with that, Frelke. I was going to say have fun, but I think fun's not the right word. Let's see. There will be an emote. I am planning on an off-by-1 emote. I am planning on... I have a requirements list for about 6 emotes. I just really need my wallet not to be screaming at me due to, you know, things. Which would allow me to... Actually, that's a reasonable thing, Kel. I may possibly come up with one of those. Right. So the idea would be that this would be effectively a karting stable. A karting stable? What the heck's a karting stable? A storage depot. Let's go with words that might make more sense. So if we have a storage depot here, then we can have a very sort of pillager-like shape to the bottom of it, and let's see. What I'm thinking is effectively a rope traverser between that building and this one. Not an actual corridor or something. Basically have it set up so that these two buildings are connected and one can receive materials from the other, but not actually be physically connected, such that they obviously wouldn't want them to be for safety and security reasons. I mean, we can always work that out later. This is going to be a massive storage depot. But then again, this is not exactly a small camp. So, storage depot. Near enough to the front, near enough to the areas we need. That chicken is still roaming. Where's my scaffolding? But what we don't need is a huge building once we get above. So that's floor level. Sneeze so hard. Blimey, that's a sneeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our height for the building. That feels way too big. I mean, even if we allow for... Well, actually, no. That might not be. That's going to be the only building we have that is that sort of size down here. Sheesh. It's getting into long haul territory. Why did I have this up? Oh, because of the signs. I have seen the signs, the mad. Right, what did we have? So we've got storehouse. Llama stables. This place wasn't... Well, I mean, yeah. I already have issues. So does this build. Let's see. Let's take this row out for a second. 4, 5. So if we go for this being... Yeah, I need to landscape. Okay. Nothing new under the sun there. Let's not take out any... Ahem. You're not supposed to have gone. I probably should sleep, because apparently it's getting dark again. Right. Conveniently, this almost fits as a ramp, by way of landscaping already. So we don't have to worry about trying to make this that 3 wide? This is. We don't have to hugely re-landscape the universe to make this fit. Which is nice. Not having to re-landscape everything is always a good sign. Look. Shush. You're noisy. You're not even recruited yet. You're just potential. Okay, so let's see. Heavy duty path up to storage area. I think given that we've got that as a gatehouse and this is a storage area, we're already starting to get an idea of how many months this is going to take as a build. The answer is all of them. I'd like to be able to see what I'm thinking. Okay. How many months? Yes. I used to think that I had a grip on this. Okay. Missed one. Go away. How am I going to disarm them? There's a reason why these pillagers are currently sat in boats. There is this wonderful mechanic, Elkhorn, that if you sit in a boat with a pillager, all they are able to do is to shoot the floor of the boat. I take absolutely no damage. Many months of practice have gone into this. And after about 1 or 2 Minecraft days, their bows break. At which point they become completely innocent. And thus... And it doesn't break the boat either, conveniently. Absolutely. And as a result, you end up with a perfectly neutered Gordon. And so, the Gordoning begins. Hello. You may be wondering why I'm in a boat. Well, me and my mate here are just sitting here, waiting here for him to actually break his bow. I only told you to break the blows off. There. Helps the fire inhibitor to change viewpoint. So, just AFK boat sitting. Exactly. And the occasional donkey. As a result, following that, I will have at least... so I've got 10 down here. I think I've got another 4 up there. I will have 14 recruits ready for the Hall of Fame. Always remember to spay your Gordons, yes. No, it's your Gordonite that you have to spay. Once your Gordonite is spayed, then it's already solved. A Gordon is for a Gordon is for life, not just for Christmas. Will they actually shoot a target? As in, is there a specific block that they will shoot at? Or is the fact that I use myself as a target the appropriate target? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for 7. Because that kind of fits with this landscape. For science! For Nicky Nacky Noo! So what I'm thinking is this would be a good area for a llama stables. So we've got the heavy duty heavy-duty wagons coming into there. And then we have light-duty storage coming into here. A villager with appropriate cover or something. The problem with that is finding the appropriate form of cover. There may be a sensible way of doing it, I just don't know it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? Interesting bit of landscape arrangement. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got room for one more? Yeah, I'd say we got room for one more. 1, 2, 3, 5. Given the number of Gordons that I'm probably going to need fairly rapidly, having seen just how many people have large numbers of channel points by way of discussions in the past, and thus how many are going to... I absolutely successfully managed to land that one, didn't I? Nope, that's just not going to work, is it? You know, I've got this thing called scaffolding over here. It's designed exactly for this sort of situations of trying to get on top of blocks. Right, let's try that again. That's worrying. Is that only like 3 blocks tall at that point? Well, I guess there'll be some landscape adjustments here. Nope, too far. Okay, so this becomes our llama stables. So that's 2 out of the 6 buildings, and there's a nice sort of area behind this that can be flattened out and basically become a nice field for the llamas to roam in. Just along the top here. And oh, I have apparently left a piece of scaffolding here. And we can probably cut away some of this to make it more terraced and level. So that's 2 of the buildings sorted. Llama stables and storehouse. Excellent. Now I think probably the most sensible thing would be to have this area at the back be where we consider having the prison area. So this corner feels probably the best. So let's have a think about this one. Well, that's going to need fixing. Minecraft. How I love your landscape. Allow me to ponder just how much of it I'm going to have to reshape. Oh look, the answer is all of it. Bar humbug. Egg. Let's see. So we don't want to be... So this is another gatehouse leading up. So we probably don't want to be too close to it. So we want to sort of start here. But that's going to give us dead space. That gives us a lot of dead space. Don't want that much dead space. Dead space is a waste of, well, space. I think what we'll probably do is have that tower be the entrance one, and this tower will just be solid. So let's assume that we don't have a doorway here. At which point we can have probably the building run all the way up to here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aldebar, greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so if we've got a 7 wide there, what I might do is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hold on. Why am I thinking that way? We have a perfectly good tower here. What we could do is have that with wall leading off of it here. And thank you for the follow, Aldebar. So I'm thinking we can have this almost as a gateway into the prison. So we have this branch off in this direction. So let's see. We have the path come up here. And through a gateway, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course. So if we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should replace that torch, because I'm fairly sure that's on corner point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, whoops! No, that was a load-bearing corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so this becomes our gateway. 3, 2, 2. Yes, that's good. That's a gateway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Whoops. No, I meant to put that there. And then, how large did I make the small towers on this? I think this small tower here we can reuse as a corner tower. So that's what, 3, 5. So what we do is we yes, hold on, derp. Yes. Yes, I have an idea forming. Run away. So what we do is we use the same sort of style as of walkway as this, but instead of having open walls here, we have them as solid. So actually what we need is to think about this in that sort of style by way of blockwork, by way of sections. So it's... Okay, so you are a wooden pillar. You are a wild boar. A wild boar. No, sorry. That's a Asterix joke. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pillar. Pillar. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pillar. Guess I can put that back where it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pillar. Gap 1 there. There. 1, 2, 3. Here. Here. Yeah, this. No? What am I doing? No, I'm a derp. So, solid. 1 on its own. 1, 2, 3. 1 on its own. 1, 2. Oh yeah, this is because I managed to make this particular tower not not match anything. How did I make it so that these towers don't make any sense? Oh wait, it was me building it. That would explain a lot. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. 1, 2. Yeah. Yep, that's what I did. Possibly. Yeah, that feels right. That feels good. That feels good. So we've got our... So we've got our gatehouse here. Dagnabbit. Off by 1 arrow. I'm really going to have to... Yeah, that emote is definitely going to need to be prioritized. Right. At which point, this entire section's wrong. Of course it is. This is why we plan on paper, he says. Well, that can't be right. That's a 4 wide. How have I... What? Yep. They're off by 1 errors. They're multiplying. They're multiplying. No comment. I reject your reality and substitute my own. Okay. That's the shape of that tower now. We have something that might possibly, almost maybe be something equivalent to... I'm going to leave myself a note here. Now there's an off by 1 error in the wording. Now I've got an off by 1 error on the lettering. Similar to the Western Gate House. Just ignore the E. There's no E. Yes, we have no sanity involved today. I am having absolutely no luck. Wait, why am I plotting it out in these numbers? Why am I not plotting it out in the numbers that I need? Actually, no, I'm just going to keep on going. We'll sort out the... You survived the drive! Fantastic! I didn't. I have lost it. Right. I don't suppose that these two are... of course not. Why are these two towers not on the same alignment? Why are these two towers not on the same... I give up. I surrender. There's a pit of lava up on the top of the hill. I think I'm just going to go and throw myself in it. Yeah. Right. Okay. The other thing is, this isn't really that big of a space yet. If this is going to be a holding cell area for iron golems, it's not that big. Why do I feel like that's what she said joke? I give up. I give up. No. The first rule of pretties is not going to be applied. I refuse to apply the first rule of pretties to those towers. I refuse. I refuse. 1, 2, 3. For those who aren't aware of it, the first rule of pretties is sometimes everything that is pretty will be torn down just to make it look prettier. 1, 2. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Honest guff. Okay, now you see, I'm looking at this and seeing the landscape as is, and not the landscape as could be. And oh, humbug. I wonder. That might make sense. I wonder. I might be able to get away with that. That could work. I've pondered it. I was going to stick that elsewhere in the world. I wonder. So, the that might be enough space. Okay, explaining what's going through my mind, other than a large amount of squirrels, probably on a conga line, most of them drunk out of their skulls. What I'm thinking is, this area here, I'm thinking I could set up probably, let's see, 4 to 6 iron golem creation stations. Let's just call them that. Basically 3 villagers and a zombie. If I set up 4 to 6 of them, I could have it so that the iron golems come out of these creation stations and are fed into effectively some sort of, I'm thinking Corrales style here, giant lava pit under which the iron golems die. And we could turn this into a massive iron farm. On a plateau, which is accessible by a ramp that is walled off from the citadel, castle, whatever. So this comes across, and we just have an enormity of scope creep. I was going to put a giant iron farm over at the mining village, the mining area of the world, but having it as a giant, effectively, torture chamber for iron golems would be very much on form for a pillager outpost. Will villagers be scared by unarmed pillagers? Yes, they will. So we don't even need to have zombies. We just turn it in. We change the concept. So it could be set of 3 villagers. Let's work out the sort of. So it would be villagers, pillager, and I think you can then put another set of villagers sort of this sort of distance apart, and then we could possibly have another pillager, and then we could possibly have more villagers here, and if we have those, have effectively the iron golems being created under them. I think the spawning area space for pillagers. Yes. Oh, Okay. Train of thought. Oh god. I need... Hold on. I've got the back of this. So, heck, it doesn't even have to be an unarmed pillager. Since these ones are part of the, well, yeah, yeah, I think I've got a plan coming here, and I think, honestly, this one probably is going to be the next section of build. There ain't no way that I'm going to try and landscape anything until I've got this sorted. Oh, apparently it already is time to sleep. Good news is, we have a village over on the accompanying hillside. I can steal villagers to save my from over there, nice and simply. Am I out of signs? That's a sign of the times. I'm also out of... Oh, hold on. Yes, there it is. I knew I'd seen dark oak here somewhere. Grab those. I left all of my stone at the top of the hill, which was entirely silly. I also have absolutely no need for seeds or dandelions. So let's go and collect my stone. I think my train of thought has just invited massive, massive scope creep. I don't even know why I left that there. I meant to bring some chests down here. And I've just left my only crafting bench back at the top of the hill. Typical. Hey, listen. Let's pick that up. I wonder. Whoops. It's possible. That might work. Train of thought is still somewhat imploding. If the other thing that was on my list was a cage for allays. So if you've got the golems going into a pit and being murdered by fire, always a nice, fun, sensible topic to be holding conversations about here. If the golems are dying in a pit of fire, the iron could be washed out of that into a cage of allays who have been given iron and poppies, and they could just be constantly picking up the iron and the poppies as it runs into this cage in a water stream, and then taking those over to chests at the edge of their cage, which is effectively they're just constantly moving around in that cage as a way of basically just giving them something to do. And then that would also be my iron collection system. That might not be the worst idea I've come up with this week. I don't know why I've placed this here, though. Because that's kind of directly on the path. You can constantly have them picking up stuff by having the... there's a ping, effectively. Note block. If you make it ping, they'll deliver to it, if I remember rightly. And after that, they'll just basically work forever. I may be wrong on that one. Also, I have a feeling that I've sculpted this side of the landscape. This landscape's been sculpted. There's no way this is natural. This is sculpted. I've already done some sculpting, and now I'm thinking of changing it all. Oh, typical. Oh, forward planning, how we hate thee. How we hate thee. Let us figure out the ways in which we have decided to ruin everything that I've already decided to build and change it up with something else. Constantly pinging a note block is nice and simple. There are many, many ways in which you can constantly ping a note block. Now, I'm very well aware I'm going to have to be careful with working in this area, because I am right next to a pit in which large amounts of nasty things will be are able to spawn, and if I happen to stick my head over the edge, they'll probably come and try and bite it off, or shoot it off, or just blow it off with an explosion. I do not want this to be landscaped via creeper. Not today, thank you very much. And when they come, we shall say, not today. Really, Aaron Jesus has a sense of humour. It's off by an hour. Aaron Jesus is off by 1 on its timing. Oh, and apparently I need to hydrate. Thank you, Cal. Hail, hydrate. And stretch. Getting up. That should be interesting. Thank you, Cal. I actually did spend quite a bit of time stood up today, because I remembered I have a standing desk, and, you know, it's kind of useful if you actually raise it so that you can stand at it. Particularly if you're in meetings for the entire day. I know. Who would have thought? Not me, apparently. I don't think. There are rumours that I used to. And actually, given the way today was going, those rumours may have been started by somebody who hated me. I had to spend a lot of time thinking in meetings. Well, that's my inventory full. I'm going to keep the dirt local because... Hello, cow. Do you want to become lunch? Cow is apparently wandering off, does not want to become lunch. Oh. No, we can probably do something with that. So, I need to look up what the distance between villagers and the spawning area for iron golems is. I think it's a few blocks. Oh, Cal. Cal. That was atrocious. Hunter. Just a really sort of... Apple. Apple. Hey, Apple. I'm just going to let them despawn. I am going to ignore the fact that a tree dropped 2 apples. Fortunately, this isn't Minecraft Bingo. I'm not actually attempting to find apples. I'm pretty sure it's only in Minecraft Bingo that they are actually non-existent. Copper and granite. Why do I have a feeling that I'm on top of a giant vein of copper? Well, at least it's not the vein that's probably popping out of Hunter's head as a result of me leaving apples to despawn from a tree. Am I an evil man? Oh, I have to. I have to do that anyway. Mostly because I'm fairly sure that nobody has my head in IC yet. Mostly because I don't log in long enough. I am not a frequent viewer. Frequent viewer? I don't have high mileage in IC yet. High mileage? Right, let's see. If I want this to be my path down... I'm leaving blocks. Let's get rid of all of the wheat seeds, because I don't care about them. I see you. Isn't that Avatar? I see you. Hey, Tor. What is time? Why is time? Can we get rid of it? I have frequently asked that myself, usually as a result of how long have I been... We let cyber develop problems. I mean, to be honest, most of the problems today are as a result of me indulging in scope creep. Oh, that sort of problem. Thank you, Tor. Wuss. I haven't been in hospital since I died. Still wouldn't recommend that, by the way. I tried it 500 years ago. No, it was significantly more recent than that, unfortunately. I am undead, yes. I have my very own Undeath Day celebrations. A very merry Undeath Day to me. To me? To you? To me? To you? No, spend a couple of years. Yep, that one makes more sense, particularly given Tor's intent on trying to work out how to make me have to fill in more tax forms. Let's go here. About here. Hitchhiker's reference is perfectly valid, particularly around here. Okay, so I'm still 3 blocks too high. 3 blocks too high? 3 blocks too high. I need to shorten this ramp even further. Well, that's a pain. One, two, three. Let's go for about that many. Interesting. I managed to almost have some form of consistency here. And then I broke it. There. This is just working out where the path is. There will be landscaping around it still to come. But the first problem is work out where to place it. I would have complained about digging out that extra block, except for the fact that it had to go anyway. And my inventory's full. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Today's madness has been brought to you by the numbers 1, 6, 42, and the colour green. Actually, that made too much sense. Today has been brought to you by the numbers 1, 6, A, and Flibble, and the colour 12. That's better. Now we're at the right height. And that actually gives us a little bit more space, so we can curve this tastes like red. Yeah, I can believe that. Right. You and there. Actually, I can store that by doing this. I do not need the flowers. Although, honestly, oxeye daisies are actually reasonably close to... reasonably... Yeah. Is it red 5 number die? Red 5 number die? Red 5 checking in. Red 6 checking in. Red leader checking in. Red Adair checking in. How are we going to do this? I don't know, but if we roll a natural 20, we'll be able to actually ask nicely. How much of this landscape is a hole? Oh, for the love of Smeg. It's even more hole. I heard you liked a hole in your landscape, so there's some hole to go with your hole. What is this? An entire... Good grief, there's an entire ravine running along here. The whole thing. Yeah, well... I think I've just rolled a natural 1 on whether or not we're going to have trouble with the landscape. Okay, so... ignoring all of my witterings and swearing at Minecraft's landscape... let's see. How are we going to do this? I'd like to sleep. I'd also like to actually, you know, possibly have some food, apparently. I'm forever finding holes in my hills. My hills are full of holes. They're all full of... they're worse than Swiss cheese. And filled up with things. Shadowheart intuition is no longer here. I don't even remember saying that one. But it's accurate. It's accurate. The holes are alive with the sound of a Scotsman filling them in. So, what I can see myself ending up doing is trimming off this and bringing a cliff around this edge. And then just basically hemming that in. That'll work. That'll work. We can... yes, that'll work nicely. So. Ib dib dob and things. Let's see. Alright. I can't remember how high you have to be to avoid pillagers. Pillagers? 1, 2, 3. I can't remember how high you have to be to avoid iron golems spawning on it. But this feels like it will probably be... a lot. But what we can do is make these look like cages. $100. 180. And then we can have, say, a pillager who is kept, say... I need half slabs. I need materials, I need thinking bits, and so forth. It's at times like this that I really wish I could remember the style of Iron Golem creation setup that I've got elsewhere. So it's bed, 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 walking space, job block. No, sorry, bed, bed. Oh, this needs to be 5 wide. Because you have to have a walking space between each bed. Otherwise the villagers will basically stuff up. So it would be bed, space, bed, space, bed. Pillar. Oh, I am not liking the number of skeletons that I can see. I see you. Wait, where's my hobo? There it is. That's a shovel. Oh, they've gone. Convenient. You get to live. So, bed, space, is it bed, job block, space? Or bed, space, job block? No, it's bed, job block, space. So, bed, job block, space. Bed, job block, space. Gap. Thing. So, if I was doing this to the same size as the one that I need to... How far apart do blocks of villages have to be for an iron farm? Because if I do this according to the size that I've got previously, it would be a pillager here, and then the next set would start there, and I think that's way too close to each other. I think I need to do some research, but in the interim, let's just assume that we're looking at possibly having that being a pod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 3, 3. That'll fit. That'll fit. I'm just making sort of rough guesstimates here. So it would be villagers, pillager. He'll be kept in some sort of control booth. He'll be their guard. And so all of this will be up there. And then we'll have a gap. And then we'll have another pod. Oh dear. Well. At least you're out of the meeting, Raven. And So what we might end up doing is then having probably another pod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, which then has 3, 3. So these are just rough guesstimates of locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that puts it in line with the... So we can't do that. We've got to pull it back a bit. What you've missed during much of today, Raven, is I've started thinking about where to place bits in the world, and then have already decided, you know, let's build an absolutely ridiculously over-the-top iron farm here, and use it as the pillagers basically A, punishing villagers, and B, just tormenting iron golems. Because of course that makes perfect sense for a pillager castle. Adulting has failed. Oh no! If we have a raid inside the castle... Aye. Raven, did you have to? I think I'll be safe. I'm usually pretty good at not killing a Gordon Knight with a banner, unless I really mean to. Generally, if I'm hanging out around here, I'm going to be hanging... If at most, I'm going to be hanging out just basically... It is a very good and slightly worrying thought, which I'd not thought of. But I need to do something with this place so that it's not just a giant assembly of buildings with no real purpose. I don't like doing giant areas with no real purpose. Oh, whoops. I suspect it'll be one of those, we'll cross that bridge after I've burnt it moments. I mean, it's bad enough that I haven't the faintest clue how I'm going to do this anyway, and I'm kind of sort of laying things out. It's the point dump area already. True. Okay, we'll just do a golem prison then, and not worry about turning it into an iron farm. That way we don't have to have the villagers. It still fits with what I was going to do with this area. It's just kind of less... what's the word I'm looking for? Less active? Yeah, let's go with active. Active is the word. Active is definitely a word. Iron golems don't drown. Also, iron golems don't act... are iron golems... No. It's a sensible thing to remind me of, Raven. Also, hail hydrate. I think I have this habit of trying to overcomplicate things. How are the cat? Did I? I thought they were both specified to being the same thing. Okay. I refuse to comment on the "oh really" as a result of me commenting on I have a habit of overcomplicating things. Right, so these are going to be iron golem cages. Oh, that was you, Landstrad. The last... Hydrate and Stretch were both last done 28 minutes ago. At identical moments. Yeah, that's probably more like it. Just assume I derped and the timers are different. Stretch is still 90 seconds out. Of course it is. Okay, so what we can do is iron golem holding pens. I mean, to be honest, iron golems are not small. Yep, I'm going to need a decent amount of space for each iron golem that we keep behind bars. And you don't really want to have too many of them in... Yeah, okay. We'll go with this being the iron golem holding pens. Which was definitely on my map. So, Iron Golem Prison. With it still being downhill, so that we've got the space for it. And then... I still like the idea of turning that area into... Yeah. So if we re-landscape this so it's a solid wall... and flatten this off, then I say we put the Hey Listen prison greenhouse in. We'll just have a nice, a large sort of glass greenhouse type area in which we keep the allays. We'll just put that there once we've got this reshaped. And I still think we'll probably focus on this for the beginning of the week. Or for this week. Which means that we can go back uphill a bit. And did I leave my bed down here? Yes, I did. Okay, and what we can probably do is basically make this a little bit harder to get out of as an area. So, if we've got that as this, and this is this, we still had... What did we have on our list of things to build down here? So we've got the LA cage and the Iron Golem prison. Villager camp, we're not going to officially have villagers in, but what we will need is the farm site. I'd say we've got space for a farm site here. Effectively everything from that wall backwards to... Goodness, we've got a huge amount of space for a farm area. But that's probably correct. You would really want like 2 or 3 field areas, wouldn't you? So we have a field there, a field there. We need to look at the landscaping a bit. There's probably going to be some sort of layout here, and I think roughly where our current Gordonite collection is, we'd probably want to put a farm building here-ish. Preferably not on the CAC. I've built too many buildings on the Squiff recently. That's a thunderstorm. Forget you raining on my parade, Raven. I think Minecraft just attempted to do it. So if we've got a farm building there and a farm building there, I would probably want around about here. I was gonna put a grain silo here, but I think that might be too close to this wall. So where should we put a grain silo that would make sense? Probably, we're gonna have to have a path down here. I'm going to have to re-landscape some of this. It doesn't quite work, but close to river to transport. I mean, it's right next to massive fields. I'm not sure. Well, maybe not a grain silo then. If we've got fields here, windmill. I mean, they got to do something with the stuff coming off the fields. Maybe they have a windmill in the middle of the lower area. And by having it in the middle, well away from anything, if it explodes, then they're perfectly safe. Windmills, of course, being entirely normal for having problems with exploding. I'm out of stone. There was a small amount of sarcasm there, Kel. Except for the fact that powder dust explosions are very much a thing. Now you're just tilting at windmills, Cyber. And Don Quixote is at the Nitwit Sanctuary. Don Quixote is perfectly happy at the Nitwit Sanctuary, nowhere near here. So if we stick a windmill here, that puts it fairly far away from all... The other alternative would be to stick a windmill out in this corner. Now that I've said it, a windmill kind of feels like a nice idea to have. With all the other Dons, or at least all the ones that still remain, since several of them seem to have managed to escape quite regularly. So we could put the windmill... If we flatten this land up... I'm not sure if Don Quixote escaped or not. I've lost track of which ones were left. I am so glad we're giving you bad ideas, Cyber. It is entirely normal for us. Do I put the... Not much of Sanctuary then. Well, the problem was they just kept... that some of the... blah, blah, blah. The horses and the donkeys seemed to be escapologists. And I thought that our sniffers were Harry and Houdini. I have a sneaking feeling that there's going to be a lot of landscaping coming up. Now, I think the windmill in the middle makes more sense because it's reasonably close to where it needs to be used. And given the fact that we've got a huge amount of open space around it, it's not too necessarily of a problem. Because it's just going to be fields in this direction. Either DMing or a magical skill monkey that doesn't need it. I have concerns. I feel like we probably need to put a low wall here. And possibly a low wall here. So effectively you come out of these and then you go along these paths. So we bring... Yeah, so these become footpaths. I'm just thinking monkeys and attack items, but not entirely relevant. So if we've got that, then we have a pathway going into here and leading off to our windmill here. And then leading down to our fields here. And probably along here, because this will be a field. And then between these two fields. And then possibly another field here. So we've got field to the bottom of the screen there, field to the top left of that path. Much landscaping necessary. Lovely. Just what I needed for making life fun and interesting. I'm feeling like there's something missing. And the something missing feels like this area, possibly. If we raise that up a bit, or hold on, let's sleep for a second. I've got a second usage for the windmill, which means moving it a bit. And that is, we have it as a water pump. So let's bring it all the way back to here. That's an interesting overlap in thinking by way of layout. Almost got it right. But if we have it so that we have the windmill here, then we can have a we can have some sort of irrigation channel coming out here. And so as the windmill provides water, it flows through these fields. effectively into these areas. Why is there even a stone block there? I'm sure that's not one of them. Oh, I know what that is. That's one of my earlier ones. And so probably want to come off in this direction as well a bit, and definitely want to break off in this direction. So we have irrigation channels here coming out of the windmill, keeping these fields waterlogged or watered as needed, so that there is actually a reason for water supply. Because of course you kind of need a water supply for fields, particularly up at this sort of altitude. And what I do need to do is work out how we get away from this. And oh, that fits. We can bring the path over to here for that tower. So this tower has its walkway lead down through the fields. I'm almost tempted to say it would be better going in that direction. And then across the front of this, and then uphill here. Keep both. Both probably make sense. Both not GIF. I'm thinking I might need another tower out to the almost... Yeah, I don't want another tower. I don't want another tower. Roughly where that tree is, but slightly inland, and uphill onto the plateau. I think I need another tower. Because it kind of feels like this corner is a little bit unprotected. Incomplete tower under construction? That's a possibility. Make it look like this place is still being continuously improved. So it's... I can't remember how big these things are. 1, 5... 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. What the heck is that one? Oh, the Raven with a wrench. I'm still getting used to your new emotes, Raven. I think we might be putting a tower here, which gives us an idea of just how much landscaping I'm going to have to do, because I need to get rid of this pit of death. Lovely. Just what I needed. Yeah, I think there definitely needs to be another tower in that corner. So that gives us room for quite a few fields, a windmill, which then provides irrigation, that tower off to the north, that tower off... We've got these walls surrounding the entrance to the prison camp area, which is going to be on a lower plateau. Yes, because holes in my world gen are so unusual. And this plateau is going to have to be seriously chopped so that it's a giant cliff next to it. So that iron golems will not escape over the edge of the walls. As a concept. This side, I don't think we're going to have to do too much. It's already pretty dang steep. That's already pretty steep, apart from the fact that it needs more plateau. Oh boy. Have I just basically given myself like 15,000 blocks of landscaping to... Hello! How many of you out there? 3. Hello. I see you. Don't worry, I'll be with you in a minute. Right. Hello, gentlemen. Would you mind following me? I have temporary enclosures all set up for those of you who wish to become new recruits. Come on. Over here. Let's see. No, I don't want you wandering off. Hello. Follow me. Look, if you're going to shoot anyone, shoot the bloke at the back. I know he's leading from the rear. Right, that's one of you. That's... Really? Did you have to get into the same boat? Hey, Loopy. Right, that's 2 of you in a boat. I need you in this boat, please. Come on. Get in the boat. Ow. Thank you. Right. I need to get rid of Banner Boy. I did not mean to shoot the boat. I did not mean to shoot the boat. No, I do not want you going into those pits. You are not supposed to get into those... Where did the boat go? Right, come here. Follow me. Come on. This way. I would like you to get into the boat. Thank you. The worst thing is, I now have Bad Omen again. Right. Where's my spare dirt? Good thing I have a raid farm to use it at. Yeah. I will not be triggering the raid on stream. You've all seen that happen many times. Sod it. Let's just head over to the raid farm. And we can end with me triggering a raid. Right. Welcome to the Temple of Yargscrim. Pretty's mode raid. That sounds like a fantastic idea. I see the raid has already arrived. Here at the Temple of Yarg-Skrem, we are an equal opportunities employer. Any and all visitors to the raid farm will be murdered. I appear to have 1 or 2 extra arrows stuck in me presently. These will not be a problem. Look, will you stop playing in the mosh pit? Let's get my my axe repaired while we're at it, or rather my pick. And let's just... Here we have the raid farm in Pretty's mode. As it should be. You don't need to see what's going on at the bottom of the raid farm. All that is me watching them play in the mosh pit, and then me murder them. Yes, it is the Temple of Yarg-Skrem. I couldn't decide which it was, so it's now both. It's these walls that look like they're screaming that started it all. Two left? Oh. They're just slow to get into the pit. Thank you. This was basically another one of my I can't leave something looking horrific. I have to make it look pretty. And so we ended up with this. It is part of the world lore. We have another area of the world that is the Temple of Yeet, which is right over the top of my Ender portal. Ender portal? My portal to the end. Same thing. And so we have the Temple of Yeet and the Temple of Yarg. Now also with the secondary name of the Temple of Yarg-Skrem. It's just a very basic raid farm design, but taken to max pretties. Just die already. Thank you. For some strange reason, as is entirely commonly known, I cannot for the life of me build without overcomplicating something. And this is effectively this is overcomplicating of a raid farm to the usual standards. If you would like to all please make your way in an orderly and calm manner into the pit. Goodness, was that only quote 13? The problem is witches. Witches AI is the worst, most chaotic pathing AI in history. Look at these two. They are going in every direction except towards our friendly neighbourhood villager, also known as Nick Furious. Here we have Nick Furious, hanging out in his cage, waiting for the witches to come and take him. Come on. I need you to get into the pit. Right. Fall in. No, no. I can see this witch just hanging onto the edge. Oh, there they are. And they're dead. Right, next wave. Just to finish it off. Just in time for end of stream. I'm pretty sure this will be the last wave, anyway. The idea for this originally came from watching too many Mythical Sausages streams. Because in season... I think it was season 1 of Empires, might have been season 2. He had a very similar concept of a raid farm in an open landscape, which he then turned into an old sort of standing stones area. Look, I need you to stop having a mosh pit. At some point, I will possibly use this raid farm as a way of acquiring Ravagers. This is not that day. Come on. Thank you. And there we have it. The raid has been victorious. Which seems like a perfect end to stream. However, let's have a quick Pretties mode look over the landscape at what we've been planning. Granted, all of that is very much just block work and thinking. But we now have a lot more build space designed and defined for Castle Gordonite. So we've got 2 storage areas, a windmill, the beginnings of the prison area, and a farm, and multiple more recruits. Ready for when we start actually allowing people to recruit them, which will be what channel points are for in the near future, which is what the upper levels of this will be. These will be barrack blocks, which will be where recruited pillagers are stored for, well, anyone who has channel points for them. Which is just going to be chaotic. I know it. I absolutely know it. This is why I've been recruiting them as much as possible. However, that, as they say, is where we shall be wrapping up. I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. It's been a fantastic evening of progress, even if a lot of it has been me whimpering as I realise just how much I'm setting myself up for by way of build work. Yeah, lovely. Oh boy. I will be back again tomorrow at my usual time, which is roughly 2.5 hours previously to now, where we will be, you never know, I might start on the prison complex, just because that feels like it might be the nice area to build next. Go figure. I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. And I hope to see you all again soon. Bye-bye.